Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus' Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. And on the menu this Saturday, we have Danmaku Unlimited 3, the latest in the series recently released on Steam. What kind of taste will it have? Let's get cooking and find out. So there are a couple ways we can play the game. In the bonus, you have the ability to do a free play for each of the stages, as well as a boss rush when you complete the game. And we've got the play mode, and there's two possible modes that we can select between. There's the Spirit mode and the Graze mode. For today, we'll take the beginner's recommended Spirit mode. You've got 4 difficulties available in Spirit mode: easy, medium, hard, and true. Graze mode only has hard and true available, so if you're looking for the greater challenge, Graze mode is definitely it. Once we've selected our difficulty, we are at our weapons customization. So you have 5 possible primary and beam weapons that you can choose between. One of the things that's really awesome that I love about this game is the unlocks. So completing certain challenges will unlock additional weapons. That's something that I love seeing in games. It adds so much to the gameplay, so much to the replayability to have those sort of unlocks. So it's something that's great. Unfortunately, I only have the base ones unlocked at this point, so between the 2 primaries, we have a spread and a straight shot. I'll go ahead and take the spread shot. And then the beams, there's a wide beam and a homing, and we'll take the homing. Trans mode control, we'll leave that set to automatic. I'll explain that in just a second here. And launch. Arise from your slumber, Valkyria. Justice to those who bring malice. So of course we've got our primary shot. In addition to that, there's the beam weapon that we were discussing before. As this one's a homing beam, it will slightly curve towards the enemies. We also have the ability to bomb. It doesn't encompass the entire screen, but it does cover a relatively healthy swath of it. The game also has an auto bomb function built in that is turned on throughout all difficulties, although if you're playing Graze mode, it is possible to turn that off. So, talking about Graze, that brings me to one of the game's most important mechanics. So as you defeat enemies, their shots in Spirit mode become these Spirit bullets. And if you collect those Spirit bullets, it builds our Trance gauge, which basically when that's full and is set to automatic for us in this particular playthrough, it launches us into Trance mode, which is basically a high-powered damage-dealing mode. In addition to that, the enemy bullets become gems that you can select for big points. So that's what we want to do to earn a high score in Danmaku Unlimited 3. So in addition to collecting the Spirit bullets, the other part of building your Trance gauge is grazing the bullets. So if you watch closely, as I pass close to the bullets, I have a little bit of a graze where you see some, I passed a little bit too close to the bullets there, where you see small sparks that fly from the ship, indicating that you successfully grazed the bullets. That also builds our graze counter, seen above or below our stock on the left side of the screen. As we build our trance meter on the left side, we can activate trance mode for dealing extra damage and getting extra points. It's a really fun system that rewards being a daring as possible. So on my end, I always feel that I'm overestimating and I'll crash into the bullets themselves. The bosses are multi-staged in Danmaku Unlimited 3, so we have each of the final stage or each of the final bosses in each stage, as there are usually sub-bosses in the stages, will have multiple segments with many different, and I must say, very awesome bullet patterns to learn, dodge, and just deal with. Just a little bit more damage. Stage 1 complete. We get our summary screen and are on to the second stage. So the differences between Spirit Mode and Graze Mode, the harder difficulty version of their Graze system. So in Graze Mode, the bullets don't become spirit bullets when you defeat the enemies in normal circumstances. You have to graze enough bullets to enter what's called the graze trance, and then, only then, will you start building up your trance meter with the bullets becoming spirit bullets when the enemies are defeated. So grazing bullets becomes even more important in Graze Mode, which, well, given the name, that shouldn't be that big of a surprise, but it's something to keep in mind. In addition to the awesome Graze and Trance system that Danmaku Unlimited 3 has, I feel that some games, it doesn't feel like your weapons have any impact, where they're just either too weak, or you never feel that when you destroy enemies that you're really accomplishing anything. Especially some of the larger enemies in Danmaku Unlimited 3, when they're destroyed, there'll be a little bit of a screen shake, and little details like that help add to a sense of power, of strength on the part of the player, where it definitely feels like your weapons have impact and that we're doing something against these enemy forces that we're fighting against. Something that's really fun. So the game itself isn't very long. There are only 5 stages total, so that's something to keep in mind. But with the multiple modes to play through, as well as the unlocks to aim for, adds a fair bit of replayability to it. So plus flavors, I really like the Graze spirit system that's built into the game itself. The bonuses for grazing the bullets and building up your trance meter are huge, and I think it adds a lot of fun to the replayability. In addition to that, you've got these awesome bullet patterns to learn and play with the functionality that's there. Although I do feel the game itself gets a little bit busy at times with how many bullets you have on screen, both your own and the enemies, sometimes obscuring even the enemies that might be firing those bullets. Just a minor complaint. Another interesting little detail is the game's settings, resolution, VSync, are set via a launcher and not options within the game itself. Something to keep in mind. Just a minor setup issue there. So overall, especially if you're a fan of bullet hell shoot 'em ups, I would definitely recommend giving Danmaku Unlimited 3 a try. Really, it's the first game in the series that I've tried, since obviously there are 3. So I definitely feel I need to take some time and check out the previous 2 titles, see what they have to offer. Well, there we have it. Danmaku Unlimited 3 served up for your enjoyment. As always, I want to thank you so much for coming out and joining me today for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. And I definitely look forward to seeing you again next week.